Hey yo, it's Hip Hop DJ D Eternal 88. What's going on, y'all? We got Jim Jones doubling down at it again with the whole Nas situation. Like, how much are you gonna drag it out in every interview? You're just gonna talk about Nas? Honestly, it seems a little bipolar to me. It's like, where does this even come from? And I'm a Jim Jones fan, to keep it real with you, right? But this is what he said, and then I'm gonna explain to y'all what I think all this comes from, and I'm gonna show you why. This is the most talked about Nas has ever been. Is crazy. Nas has been talked about since I was a little kid, bro. Like I'm 36 years old. Since I was a little ass kid, Nas has been talked about all over the country. Like his sales and what he did for hip hop and the culture, it doesn't even compare, bro. Like, and I am a Jim Jones fan for real. Like, I don't understand what you mean by this is like what you did for Nas. What did you do for Nas? Like, I don't understand that. What makes you think you did something for Nas? That's crazy to me. But this is 4 years ago when Jim Jones, I think, was working on the Fraud Department, an album he did with Harry Fraud and shit like that. I don't know which song he's talking about, but he wanted Nas to jump on a song. I'm gonna let him tell y'all. Let's get it.
She reached out to Nas to actually
Whoa!
I'm doing my chicken head shit right now because I really want him to get on this record. Nah, but we still got a bunch of mutual friends and shit like that. I actually reached out to Nas. I actually sent him the record. I got a response from him, not personally, but through the friends and shit like that. Gave him my number. I was told, like he said, he wanted to holler at me and shit like that, that he liked the record. That was what I was told. But above everything, besides Dipset, whatever, before Dipset, just want to put that on the record. Like, Nas was absolutely one of my favorite rappers of all time. From when he did the barbecue when we was in high school, walking through those fucking hallways, we felt like he was him and shit, like we was him. And, you know, once you get into the pros, you know what it is, and you ain't on the same team. But I would love to do a record with him, as him being one of my favorites of all time. I think that shit is bucket list material for me.
Word.
So, you know, we'll see what happens.
So do y'all think this has... I know Jim and Nas had a beef way back in the day too. Jim Jones said, I slapped the kufi off your head, was talking to Nas, disrespected him. They had issues then. But then Nas turning him down for a song, is he still mad about that 4 years later, y'all? Like, that's insane. And Benzino spoke on this whole shit, right? And I gotta be honest, I normally don't agree with what Benzino like has to say a lot of times, because I know Eminem smoked him back in the day with Nail in the Coffin, literally put the nail in the coffin on him. You know what I mean? I don't like a lot of the shit that he says, for real, for real. But what he says right here is valid as fuck, y'all. Let's get it.
This Jim Jones and Nas thing, right? I'm just gonna use this as an example, but y'all are taking part in like really ruining the legacy of this fucking man. This man has a whole fucking legacy. This Jim Jones Nas shit wasn't even a debate. Okay, it gets cute at first, but it's getting out of control. It's getting way too disrespectful, and it's gonna cause irreparable damage to the culture. And let me tell you why. Nas is a fucking legend. Nas put in work. Nas's lyrics and what he stood for, whether it was from the streets or diving into the music that his father, who was his father, was a part of jazz, black culture, to doing stuff with the Marleys, to just basically looking at what he went through and trying to get our people together. And y'all want to ruin that? Look, no disrespect to Jim, but Jim's not even fucking close. The shit Jim says doesn't even make sense compared to what Nas has done for our culture.
You have to have like a deep hate for somebody to want to assassinate their character like Jim Jones is doing to Nas, and attempting to destroy his legacy, and kind of even just making hip-hop look bad. Because it's like, especially New York hip-hop, man. Like, New York hip-hop is where it started, bro. New York is where it started. Nas is one of the GOATs. You've said that. You still were saying that in interviews. So why are you talking bad about Nas? Why are you talking down on him like you're better than him? That shit don't even make no sense, bro. And it just has kind of seemed like to me, like some bipolar, fanned out type of shit. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but Jim Jones got to do better, y'all, for the culture, for real, because Nas did a lot for the culture. So for you to just continue to shit on him and all these different platforms, there's a lot of people saying shit about it, and nobody is standing with Jim Jones. The only thing that people are saying to stand with Jim Jones is what I said, and that's Jim Jones is more relevant in fashion and in social media. Never was more relevant in music though, and that's just what it is. Maybe now a little bit because Nas is as old as he is. He ain't really in the game like that. But even when he drops, he's getting Grammys and shit. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Follow me on IG. I just went viral. Got over 200,000 views on IG on a post. So I appreciate if y'all go over there and follow me. And if y'all want to support the channel, my Cash App is in the description. We out.